Actually, I think this is Bill
I
Martin.
think Bill's going to, Bill's going to present.
Okay, Bill, thank you.
I will present this. I will start here with the leadership. Like in the computational storage, there's been a change of leadership at the change of the new year. Appreciate all the work that Dave has done as co-chair of this over the last year in helping to drive this forward. Dave is stepping down and Yoni Sternhol is stepping up as co-chair of the TWG, and we will be working together on moving things forward. Our charter is available. When you get the slide deck, you'll be able to click on the link to get to the charter on the SNIA website. The recently completed work, though, is what I'd really like to focus on. We did release a Zoned Storage Models version 0.9 Rev 0 for public review. That went out in the November timeframe of last year. What are we doing in zone storage? The zone storage model allows host storage stack to always assume that a zone storage device will support certain properties. There are three different standards for zoned storage device. The one that's, there is the ZNS specification in NVMe. There is the ZAC specification for SATA I/O, and there is the ZBC specification for SCSI. All of these define different characteristics that are available within a zone storage device. But the question is, what is the best configuration of your zone storage device for your application? And how can we make zone storage devices accessible and usable by applications? And so the goal of this is to define some base requirements for zone storage devices that you can count on as you develop your application. And we currently have two specific models defined. A model for zone storage devices that is a good all-around device, and a zone storage device that provides high performance. Moving on to the next slide. What we have is on our plate over this next year. We are driving hard towards completing the zone storage models document. We had hoped to release that in the December timeframe, but we had some things that we want to make certain that we have alignment between the developers of zone storage devices and the consumers of zone storage devices. So we're trying to make certain that we have alignment there, that we have a document that actually is helpful to the industry to provide direction for what a consumer of a zone storage device can anticipate getting, and that what we are providing them meets their needs. The other thing that is within our program of work is to write a zone storage use cases white paper that describes use cases and how different uses or how different applications utilize zoned storage. We have been collaborating with NVMe for the zone namespace command set, Insights T10 for the zone block command set, and Insights T13 for the zone device ATA command set. The next slide will show that we currently have 19 member companies. We have members who are producers of zone storage devices. We have members that are consumers of zone storage devices. Moving on to the next slide, though, which I think is really kind of the meat of this. What's the expected industry impact of this work? The models that we're providing are intended to allow suppliers of zone storage devices to provide devices compliant to specific models So when we have the specification, currently we have 2 models. We may have more as we move forward, but allowing a zone storage device vendor to provide devices that are compliant to a specific model, meaning that it provides the characteristics that that model defines, and allowing consumers of zone storage devices to develop a specific model for optimal use of these devices, so that the consumer can look at the model and say, I really need this particular model for my application, and this is how I can define my application to utilize a zone storage device to gain the maximum benefits from that zone storage device. The work that we're doing is relevant to both producers and consumers of zone storage devices. And then I come to probably, in my opinion, the most important bullet of this entire presentation, which is why you should join and participate in this TWG. We want people to join and actively participate. And I think that's one of the keys. One of the things I've seen, I'm in a number of technical work groups, is we often have a large number of members, but it's really the active participation that makes the work of SNIA, the work of our TWGs, the most beneficial to the industry is that active participation. But join and participate in the TWG to help define and understand how zone storage devices can be utilized to benefit the storage industry. And by benefiting the storage industry, my intent here is that it benefits the consumers of storage. If we don't benefit the consumers of storage, then we haven't really benefited the industry. So our goal here is to get the consumers to let us know what they need out of a zone storage device, to understand how zone storage devices work and what modifications they may need to make to their application to gain the best benefit from a zone storage device, but to help us make certain that the zone storage devices that we are providing meet their needs. Who to contact for additional information. I put down our personal or work emails for both myself and for Yoni. Feel free to contact us with any questions you may have about the work that's going on in the zone storage TWG. Thank you.